Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'm talking about how I started my 5-year journal, first in Moleskine notebook as a DIY 5-year journal, and then how I switched to Leuchtturm 1917. I really hope this video encourages you to start your own 5-year journal. So sometimes at the beginning of the 2021, I got an idea to start a 5-year journal. So I did thought about it at the beginning of the year, but I only started sometime in the middle of April of 2021. The idea was great and it was very appealing to think about reading all the entries made on the same date but from different years and all of those on the same page. But at the same time, this was very intimidating because I know myself and I do love documenting and everything about memory keeping, but I'm just not regular when it comes to journaling. I do journal occasionally, but then life happens and I just fall behind and I have gaps in like my planners and journals. Also, because you are supposed to write in this kind of journal every day, I was really afraid that it will create too much pressure and it will become a chore and not something that I usually enjoy doing. So instead of investing and committing to a designated 5-year journal, I decided to make my own. I took the notebook that I already had. It was Moleskine XL size. It is 7.5 by 9.5 inches. It has 120 pages, 70 GSM thick paper. Because it has 120 pages, I had to use 3 notebooks and also to add just a few pages to make it a whole year. The reason why I decided to go with the notebook that is this big is because I was afraid that on some days I wouldn't have enough space to write everything that I want if the notebook was smaller. I know this should be just a few lines each day, and I certainly have days when I feel like I don't have enough to write, not even for just one simple sentence. But still, I wanted more space just in case. It turned out that my fear was, of course, unreasonable and that I have more than enough space to write, not just in the Moleskine, but also in an A5 Leuchtturm. So let me just show you now how I use the Moleskine. So I just divided the page into 5 sections. I left to draw remaining boxes later. Here at the top is just the date. I also included the day in the week, which I plan to do for the rest of the years as well. Here's the year, current year. And what I also wanted to do in here is to track weather. Here in the first entry, I just added the weather information here at the bottom. Later on, I used the stencil to draw a sun and a cloud and then include information in here. And after, I was making boxes and like separate space for the weather information. I also included some pictures because, as I said, I had more than enough space in here. I track weather by using a website that is collecting information about past weather. So I'm going to leave the link down below for you if you are interested to check it out. So I used different pens in Moleskine notebook. I used gel pens like Zebra Sarasa and Uniball Signal. I also used my fountain pen with platinum carbon ink with no problem, no bleed through, just ghosting as per expected. When I realized that I really like this journal and that I'm keeping up with it, I started looking for a designated 5-year journal. And I really wanted to try a 5-year Hobonichi journal. But at that time, it was already sold out and I couldn't find it anywhere. So I just looked further and then I found Leuchtturm 1917. It is called Some Lines a Day. So I just transferred all my entries from Moleskine to Leuchtturm notebook. But let me just say this. If you like the idea and you would like to try a 5-year journal, but you're not sure if you can keep up with it, I would just suggest that you try. You don't have to buy an expensive journal. Just take an old notebook and just start. There are reasons why Moleskine DIY 5-year journal wasn't working for me. The first one was that the notebook itself was really too big. Lately, I'm leaning towards smaller notebooks for my planners and for my journals. So that's just the reason I really didn't like it. Second one, because this one had just too much space inside, and because of it, my handwriting became bigger. I think subconsciously I tried to fill up the boxes here, but so I really didn't like that. I didn't like how that is, like, it has like a messy look. So that's the second reason. The third reason is that I had 3 books for a 5-year journal and I only wanted to have one. I think it's more convenient and it makes more sense in my opinion. So when I figured out that the technical part is really working for me and that I'm able to write a few lines for every day, then I decided that I really want something that is prettier and smaller. So when it comes to writing every day in it, I do have some days that I skip, but I use a very simple app on my phone. It is called Diary. It is completely free. I will leave the link down below. I'm not sure if it's available on all operating systems, but I have it on my iPhone. I also use Notes sometimes, and also my planner. So I just have to say also that this journal trained me to find time during the day to write in it. And now I'm more aware of it and also kind of wanting to write in my regular journal because of it. So if you never journaled, this can be a good start to create a habit because really it doesn't take too much time. So Leuchtturm is a very nice notebook. It is an A5 size. It is called Some Lines a Day, and under it says the 5-year memory book. It is a hardcover, A5 size. It has 2 bookmarks, green, and this one is green and gray. Also, you have, it says Some Lines a Day on the spine. I think it would be really nice to add a label with the years that this book is covering. There's an elastic closure as well. So when you open the notebook, you have here, it says Leuchtturm 1917, Some Lines a Day, the 5-year memory book, covering the years, and then you have where you can add what years it covers. And this book belongs to, so you can write your name. The next page is a quote from Abraham Lincoln. It says, and in the end, it's not the years in your life that count, it's the life in your years. The next page goes right into a diary, and the first is January 1st, and then it goes right through December 31st. I have another like thicker page, and then here's just the pocket, like nice size pocket. The paper is a cream color, like light cream color. I prefer lighter paper. So the one thing that it might be a negative for you is that the boxes are completely blank. So no lines or grids or anything that you can guide you while you're writing. So for me, I can't write in a straight line. So I was really wondering how this will work for me, but in the end, it really worked. I'm okay. It's not perfect. It's not like in straight lines or anything, but I think it's acceptable. It's okay for me. I also kept on tracking weather, as you can see here. So you have here the beginning of the year, so 20, and then I just add the rest. This is a 2021, so 21 here, and also I add the day in the week. I also used in here all the pens that I used on Moleskine, but I do prefer Leuchtturm paper over Moleskine paper. It is an 80 GSM, so it is thicker paper than the Moleskine. I started this 5-year journal in April of 2021, and it does bother me a little bit that I have a gap here, like of more than 3 months in 2021. But I prefer that over not having these 9 months that I will be having at the end of this year. So I didn't want to wait until January 1st of 2022 to start my 5-year journal. And that's my another advice to you, just start it now. If you are watching this now in November of 2021, I guess you would be okay to wait a month or so until the 2022. But I think even now you can just start. I think it's okay. I've seen people making their own 5-year journals by using loose leaf sheets of paper and rings or discs as binding systems. I've also seen some traveler's notebook 5-year journals, and they all look great. There are also many different designated 5-year journals that you can find, for example, on Amazon. I think I found one for under $9, which is really cheap. So, I don't know, just if you're thinking about it, just give it a try, and it might work for you. It has been working for me really good. So this is it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.